Impact of EDA sanctions on semiconductor design. The U.S. has ordered companies that make software used to design semiconductors to stop selling to China without first obtaining export licenses. Sanchit Gogia, Chief Analyst and CEO at Greyhound Research, observed that targeting design phase technologies seeks to constrain the conceptual stage of advanced chip development, not merely production. Gogia added that, while notable progress has been made in selected areas of analog and layout tooling, full-stack integration across simulation, IP compatibility, and foundry certification continues to lag. The restrictions are accelerating what analysts see as an inevitable split. Gogia described emerging parallel EDA stacks, where global design ecosystems may begin to diverge, with export controls catalyzing separate compliance frameworks and IP governance models. This separation isn't just technical, it's institutional. Engineering workflows, legal oversight, cloud infrastructure, and partner ecosystems are all being restructured to manage compliance in a fractured regulatory environment, Gogia said. As quoted in computerworld.com, in an article authored by Gyana Swain published on May 29, 2025. Beyond the media quote, our view in full. Why EDA software sanctions against China are back on the table. According to Greyhound Research, the renewed focus on EDA software controls signals a broader recalibration in strategic trade policy. While earlier attempts at restricting chip tool chains were seen as fragmented and difficult to enforce, the current approach reflects more deliberate coordination across key jurisdictions. By targeting design phase technologies instead of end products alone, this wave of controls seeks to constrain the conceptual stage of advanced chip development, not merely production. The tools in question are central to modeling, simulation, and verification of complex semiconductor architectures. Their cloud-native deployment and continuous update cycles now offer governments greater oversight leverage compared to static hardware restrictions. However, the rise of virtualized design environments complicates enforcement, raising fresh questions about jurisdiction, tenant isolation, and data residency. For multinational tech and semiconductor firms, this marks a significant shift. Tool governance and export compliance have become embedded in design architecture discussions, not just legal review. How fast can China replace Synopsys and Cadence? According to Greyhound Research, replacing globally dominant EDA tools with domestic alternatives remains a long-term ambition for China, but technical parity is still distant. While notable progress has been made in selected areas of analog and layout tooling, full-stack integration across simulation, IP compatibility, and foundry certification continues to lag. These gaps are most visible when design complexity increases or when fast iteration cycles are required. The current trajectory suggests a dual-track approach is being adopted. Domestic tools for legacy nodes and incremental design, paired with informal or indirect reliance on established global workflows for advanced compute projects. This hybridization, while pragmatic, introduces fragmentation and increases risk of design inefficiencies or mismatches during validation. The path to true EDA independence is constrained not only by technology readiness, but also by access to advanced process nodes, global collaboration networks, and sustained tool chain refinement, all of which are difficult to replicate in isolation. Could EDA sanctions create a bifurcated design world? According to Greyhound Research, the semiconductor industry is now entering a phase where global design ecosystems may begin to diverge. Export controls on foundational tooling are catalyzing the emergence of parallel EDA stacks, compliance frameworks, and IP governance models. While many firms are still attempting to maintain unified design pipelines, the realities of jurisdictional risk and regional licensing limitations are pushing organizations to segment operations by geography and legal regime. This bifurcation is not only technical, it is institutional. Engineering workflows, legal oversight, cloud infrastructure, and partner ecosystems are all being restructured to manage compliance in a fractured regulatory environment. For smaller or resource-constrained firms, the cost of duplication may prompt market exits or narrow geographic focus. For global players, it introduces friction into time to market and product uniformity. What's clear is that design governance is now as important as design innovation. The age of globalized, interoperable semiconductor design may be giving way to a more fractured, policy-driven architecture. Analyst in Focus, Sanchit Gogia. Sanchit Gogia, or SVG as he is popularly known, is a globally recognized technology analyst, innovation strategist, digital consultant, and board advisor. SVG is the chief analyst, founder, and CEO of Greyhound Research, a global, award-winning technology research, advisory, consulting, and education firm. Greyhound Research works closely with global organizations, their CXOs, and the board of directors on technology and digital transformation decisions. SVG is also the founder and CEO of the House of Greyhound, an eclectic venture focusing on interdisciplinary innovation. Copyright policy. All content contained on the Greyhound Research website is protected by copyright law and may not be reproduced, distributed, transmitted, displayed, published, or broadcast without the prior written permission of Greyhound Research or, in the case of third-party materials, the prior written consent of the copyright owner of that content. You may not alter, delete, obscure, or conceal any trademark, copyright, or other notice appearing in any Greyhound Research content. We request our readers not to copy Greyhound Research content and not republish or redistribute them, in whole or partially, via emails or republishing them in any media, including websites, newsletters, or intranets. We understand that you may want to share this content with others, so we've added tools under each content piece that allow you to share the content. If you have any questions, please get in touch with our community relations team at connect@thofker.com.